Yeah, I've been working on this. Just give me one. I'm just a few more notes. Yeah, this is a response to one of my critics, who also happens to be my wife. She's a lovely thing, but she saw my polar bear, and she said it was disturbing. And I had to tell her. I said, "Now, sweets, because she's as sweet as honey. Sometimes I call her honey because she's that sweet." I said, "Sweets, that is not me with the polar bear thing. You see, that's what we call a persona." Now, right here, and you can see it written down there on my notes. Come on. Right there, it says the persona is from the Greek word for large mask. So you see, in a way, this whole thing, that's a mask. That ain't me. That's somebody else. Now, I don't know if you're a Jungian, but what Carl Jung said is Carl Gustav, says right here, Carl Gustav Jung. The persona is that which in reality is not, but which oneself as well as others think one is. So it is not, it is what others think one is. So the one that she knows who is me is not the me that's here. This is what I call Jimbo. Now, who is Jimbo? Yo, Jimbo. That's for the Spanish yo, I am, and Jimbo is me. But it's not me. It is the persona which is not in reality, but which one thinks it is. So you think I'm me, but I'm not. I'm actually Jimbo, but Jimbo is my persona, and that is the large mask, the Greek mask I have portrayed for you. It's what one doctor called psychological clothing. Now, how did Jimbo come about? Well, if you take like one part Larry the Cable Guy, and you take another part, what's that fellow's name with the oatmeal? He was in The Natural and Absence of Malice, and could have been in Lonesome Dove, although that may be Robert Duvall. So it's Williford Brimley. So you take one part Larry the Cable Guy and one part of the oatmeal guy, and you add one part that I'm not going to tell you about, and you end up with Jimbo. Yo, Jimbo. Now, how did I come up with Jimbo? It's very simple. I'm a big fan of Akira, I believe it's Kawasaki. That may be the motorcycle, but either way, he did what we would call the Magnificent Seven with the bald guy Yul Brynner and several other fellows who went on to become famous, including, I believe, Steve McQueen. Well, Akira, who is Japanese, and I have been to Japan. I have climbed Mount Fuji. I have seen Mount Fuji as well as climbing. Well, Akira had a movie called The Magnificent Seven. No, that's not it. It was Seven Samurai, and then an American director, well, he took that, turned it into a cowboy movie, because in Seven Samurai, there were 7 samurai. Well, Americans don't know what a samurai is. They probably think it's some kind of wok for cooking things. So they said, well, let's make it a cowboy movie, because those Americans, they understand cowboys. And the Magnificent Seven became cowboys. Now, having said that, that has nothing to do with my name. However, he did another movie, which, in my opinion, is a much better movie, called Yo, Jimbo. Now, in this case, it is Yo, Jimbo, which is his name. It is not Yo, I am Jimbo. Now, having said that, I am Jimbo, but Jimbo is not me. And we'll finish with this. This will clear it up. It says, I found this under Google. The primary function of the mask was not to hide the actor, so I'm not trying to hide me. It is to give information about the character. Now, the Jimbo is the character. It is not me, and me is not the character. So I hope my wife sees this, and it is clarified. Because if not, I'll be sleeping on the couch or outside with the dogs. I want to thank you very much, and if I have offended either Greek people or psychologists, particularly the Jungians, or Wilford Brimley, or Larry the Cable Guy, or the Magnificent Seven, or the Seven Samurai, or Akira Kawasaki, you have my apology. But, like my old pappy would say, it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. You think about that. Pretty good. Yeah.